All right, so let's jump into this problem. This is one of the most misunderstood section in the SAT math, and it's a big topic that a lot of students always get wrong. So let's jump into it. So let's firstly look at doing a job. So if I look at doing a job, the rate times my time simply going to be equal to the work done. Now let's say, for instance, now I'm doing one job. So let me switch my colors. Let's call this R times my time, and I'm doing one job. So one job, one work done, one job. So if this being a situation, this implies then that my rate simply going to be equal to 1 divided by t. So my rate going to be 1 divided by my time. So let's jump into this question. Adam can clean a room in 3 hours. So cleaning a room is the job right here, and that's one job done. And we can do it in 3 hours. So the rate for Adam, so let's write Adam right here. Adam time we know is going to be 3 hours. So Adam rate simply going to be 1 divided by 3. Now, if his sister Maria helps, they can clean it in 2 2/5 hours. Now for Maria, her time is unknown. So as a result, let's call it X. As a result, her rate going to simply be 1 divided by X, using the same rule as above, where the rate is going to be 1 divided by the time. If his sister helps Maria, they can clean it now in 2 2/5 hours. So both of them working together. Let's do both. Working together, what I realize, this here, the time for both, simply going to be 5 times 2, which is going to be 10 plus 2, going to be 12 over 5. And so the rate for both simply going to be 1 over 12 divided by 5, which simply going to be equal to 5 over 12. Just simply take the reciprocal right there. So the question now is asking us how long Maria working by herself will take to complete this job. And this is pretty straightforward using the rates for each. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the rate for Adam plus the rate for Maria, which we don't know. So let's call it 1 over X. And that's simply going to be equal to 5 over 12. So that is 5 over 12 to solve for X. This is going to be 1 over X equal to 5 over 12 minus a third. So all I need to do now is solve this. So to solve this, let's use a different color. So I'm going to do 1 from 5 over 12. Let's go to my calculator now. That's simply going to be equal to 1 over 12. So if that is 1 over 12, Maria working by herself simply going to be, all I need to do is flip this, going to simply be 12 hours, because Maria working by herself will take 12 hours to complete this job. All right, so let's jump into the second example that we're going to be working. Now, again, as a quick recall, we know that the rate simply going to be equal to 1 divided by the time. And this is a given from the example before. Now, let's look at this problem now. So we have two people working with here. We got Mike and we got Rachel. They said Mike takes twice as long as Rachel to complete a project. So let's make sure that we get this. So Mike, let's say Mike take 2t, and 2t is twice the amount of time, and then say Rachel takes t time to complete the job, because Mike, we know, takes twice as long as Rachel to complete the project. Together they can complete the project in 10 hours. So again, the joint time simply going to be equal to 10 hours. So the joint rate going to be 1 over 10. This is a simple problem now to solve. The question asks now, how long will it take each of them to complete a project alone? All right, so we need to figure out what t is in this problem. All right, so to create the rates for each, the rate for Mike simply going to be 1 over 2t, and the rate for Rachel simply going to be equal to 1 over t. As a result, we're going to have 1 over 2t plus 1 over t equal to 1 over 10. So now we're required to solve this. Now this problem can be solved several different ways. The easiest way to solve this problem is we could equalize the base for the left. So I could multiply the bottom here by 2. Let me use a different color. So multiply this by 2, multiply that by 2. So if I multiply that by 2, what I'm simply going to have for the... Alright, so real quick, since the denominators are the same, I'm going to have 2t for my denominator. And at the top, I'm going to have 2 plus 1, which is going to be 3, equal to 1 over 10. So what I simply can do now is flip the left. So this is going to be 2t over 3. And this is going to be 10 over 1, which is just 10. And then, let me just switch up my colors again. I can multiply both sides by 3 over 2. Multiply both sides by 3 over 2. This get rid of that. I'm going to have t equal to 3 times 10. Simply going to be 30. 30 divided by 2 is going to be 15. So in essence, Mike going to take 30 hours while Rachel will be taking 15 hours to complete this job.